Hello, supporters of the Ferguson Youth Initiative. This is the Red and Black Brass Band bringing you the ones and twos, hoping that you guys have an amazing day and an amazing time. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, my name is Dwayne T. James. I'm one of the original founders of the Ferguson Youth Initiative, which started in 2010 as a way to engage and empower and educate youth and bring them into the fold of the community. We knew that we had to do something to help teens understand their voice and get involved. So there was a collaboration of residents, community leaders, and government officials that got together to see what we could do, what needed to be done, and then how to make it happen. But it really didn't happen until we actually got the youth voice in the room, and we actually put them at the center of the conversation. And so that's how the Ferguson Youth Advisory Board started, and from there we actually grew. Once we got the youth at the center of the table and actually heard from them, us as adults were there to support them, mentor them, and help them along that path. They wanted a space that was about them, for them, where they could actually come, hang out, bring their friends, and actually just chill, get out of the house and do what they wanted to do. Us as adults, we work to make it happen, and that's how the FYI Back Bay was actually founded. And so we got the city to donate the old firehouse, and we renovated the backspace and then the downstairs into the FYI Back Bay.
Hi, my name is Kalia Booker, and I am a sophomore at Fontbonne University studying communication studies, and I'm also the former president of Ferguson Youth Advisory Board. 3 years ago, I joined FYI through our Next Steps Job Readiness Program. That year was the first year we were partnering with SSM Health. After I finished the program, I received my Serve Safe certification, and just a few months after, I got my first job here in Ferguson at the Whistle Stop. Now, 3 years later, I'm currently working at SSM Health. I love my job, but what I loved even more was being a part of FYI. So I started coming more to different programs, and I actually joined our advisory board. I came on as secretary and served 2 years, and after my beloved board mates graduated and moved on with their lives, I decided to run for president. Throughout my presidency, we hosted many programs and different events, but my favorite will always be Slam. Every Friday we do Slam, where we talk about what's going on, how we're feeling through music, art, poetry, and just getting to know each other. My favorite part was probably always the food though. Throughout my experience at FYI, I have met friends, made relationships, and also found a lot of space to grow in my personal life, in my professional life, and our executive director, the best we've ever had, Aaron Harris, has become my personal mentor. He's gonna love this shout out.
My name is Wesley Bell, St. Louis County prosecutor and former board member of the Ferguson Youth Initiative. It has been amazing to see firsthand how this organization has helped so many young people in so many ways. A lot of organizations talk about things they want to do, but this organization actually rolls up its sleeves and puts those words into action. From teaching job skills to giving out computers and so many other things, but also just being there, being present in the lives of so many young people who need mentors and role models. I've seen this organization grow under the leadership of a board that has had a lot of wonderful people throughout the years. Also Dwayne James and the late great Gail Babcock. It's an honor to have been and continue to be a part of such a tremendous organization, but most importantly, it's about the kids. And there have been some awesome young people who have participated in FYI. Keep up the great work. Love you guys.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Nathan.
And I'm Brandon Pappert. I was involved in Ferguson Youth Initiative from 2012 to 2013. I was the president of Ferguson Youth Initiative from 2014 to 2016. Gail Babcock basically introduced me to this program. She told me it's something that I would love to do. And at first I was a little unsure about it, but I gave it a shot, so I showed up. And pretty much one of the programs that stuck with me was Slam. Slam was basically for teens to express themselves, whether it be through art, music, dancing, whatever the case may be. I really loved that program just because it gave youth the chance to express themselves. And that also led into Painting for Peace. When we had the unrest in Ferguson, we basically went up the South Florissant and West Florissant corridor and painted up the boarded up businesses, because for us, we wanted to show that youth did have a voice, and also just that there is peace.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Nathan, and from about 2016 to 2018, I was the president of the Ferguson Youth Initiative. I was brought in by Dwayne James. He saw that my sister was in the organization, and he saw me sort of lonely off to the side, and he said, hey, why don't you join this? We're trying to foster a sense of community in the youth in Ferguson, and we really want you to be a part of it. So he brought me in and showed me what it felt like to be a part of a youth community. During my time on the board with Brandon Pappert, we curated one of my favorite events called Slam. It was sort of an open mic event where we did poetry, music, singing, dancing, and for me, I took art away from that, and from that we sort of segued into Painting for Peace, where we painted around the boarded up buildings and really brought positivity back into a community full of unrest. And from that specific program that we did, I was able to curate my love of art and my ability to show it to people, and that's sort of what I took away from FYI. I was able to share this gift that I didn't really feel that I had, And now that I'm in college, I am a lot less shy about it, and I'm a lot more able to put myself out there and be the person that I was meant to be.
I would say Ferguson Youth Initiative has really shaped both of us, and thank you FYI for everything you've done, and for the people you helped grow up.
Yeah, it made us the people we are today.
Yep.
Lovely day, 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 lovely day.
Hope you're having fun. Erin Harris, Executive Director for the Ferguson Youth Initiative. This time I'm joined by AJ Sanders. She's the Vice Chair of our Board of Directors. She joined the Board of Directors in 2018. AJ?
As a proud member of FYI, we are very excited about the upcoming expansions taking place in Bell Fountain, Berkeley, Hazelwood, and Florissant.
This expansion will help us increase the footprint of the youth that we're serving in the metropolitan St. Louis area. We will be adding a girls mentoring program. This girls mentoring program will be for young ladies, 13 and 19, to come by and meet with an adult female mentor once a week. This mentor will help them stay on the pathway to success throughout their middle school, high school, and collegiate lives.
We will also be adding an esports program. The esports program is designed for students 13 to 19 in the Ferguson-Florissant School District, and it is online competitive gaming by PC. And now we will hear more from our students about programming that they are expecting in the future.
My name is Kevin Neely. I'm the outgoing president of FYI. I was introduced to Dwayne James back in 2011. I auditioned at the Corner Coffee House with my clarinet to play at Slam. From there, I helped in community service in Ferguson. I volunteered at the Taste of Ferguson, and I helped paint houses with Rachel Prouty. I held multiple gaming tournaments like Smash Bros. And Call of Duty tournaments. I've also been a part of Next Steps. They basically teach young youth how to conduct themselves in interviews when getting a job, how to dress, and how to even answer questions being presented by the interviewer. A part of that, I've gotten internship at High Sea Warehousing through Next Steps, which I've been working for 8 months now. I graduated from McClure High School of May 2020. I'm currently a freshman in college of Academy of Art University. My major is game development. Thank you.
Ferguson Youth Initiative now offers the Ferguson Youth Advisory Board. Ferguson Youth Advisory Board members provide insight and feedback on issues relating to youth in the community. They are the official youth voice of FYI and help determine how we use our energies and resources to benefit the public. FYI offers the Ferguson Community Service Program, a program in Ferguson that gives teens a chance. We're all human, and as humans, it's natural to make mistakes. Instead of getting a ticket or going to jail, FYI provides youth with a chance to perform mentor-guided service work. FYI provides a drop-in program, and it provides an open house at the FYI Back Bay for freestanding and structured creative circles. Youth have access to computers, tutors, and art materials, along with a space to work and play games. We also offer drop-in at St. Peter's Church, right on West Florissant. Next up, we have Next Steps, which instructs teens ages 15 to 19 in the necessary steps to gain and sustain employment, in addition to equipping them with college planning strategies. Slam, an open mic night experience just for young people. Once every month, we give young people the mic, the stage, or whatever platform is needed. We welcome art in all forms: painting, singing karaoke, singing and rapping original music, poetry, cooking demos, and more. And last but not least, Spot 394, which transforms facilities into a pop-up youth center where young people can play games, listen to music, and engage in other youth-centric activities.
The next big thing that we had to do was recruit the teens. And so it was our job to go out and talk with parents, talk with community leaders, talk with stakeholders, other businesses, schools, and then also other youth organizations to see how we can collaborate to get the teens and get the youth in the doors, to get them at our programs. But what we found was the best way to communicate FYI was to work with our teens that were already a part of the program and have them come in and help develop the programs, help deliver the programs, and us as adults work with them as best as we could to ensure that their voice, their focus, their wants was at the center of attention. And so with that, I want to introduce one of our alumni, Paris Nathan, to come in and talk about her experience with the Ferguson Youth Advisory Board. Paris?
My name is Paris Nathan. I'm an alumni of the Ferguson Youth Advisory Board, and my introduction to FYI was pretty abrupt. A friend of mine, her mom was bringing her to a meeting, and I happened to be riding with them, and she dropped both of us off, and that was in the fall of 2012, and I've been involved with FYI since then. FYI is really important to me. It showed me a sense of community. It allowed me to have an outlet for a lot of the ideas that I had to bring people together. I love planning events, and FYI was a resource for me, and the adults really cared to listen and to help me bring those ideas to life.
Aww.
Stop me crying. One of the most memorable events for me was my senior year of high school. We hosted a youth summit and we gave it a glow party theme. So throughout the summit, students went into different rooms and answered different questions for us and did different activities. And at the end of the maze, we had a glow party for them. So we had swag bags and glow sticks and food and music, and it was really great to see the process from start to finish of sitting downstairs in the back bay, going through ideas with the rest of the advisory board, to being there that night and all of the teenagers that came out and were able to help us get that feedback that we needed and have a great time at the end of the night.
Is that where we actually planned everything out and had like the pieces of paper all around?
Yeah, and we had the big like blueprint of all the rooms and the different activities, and
I remember that.
yeah,
I remember that.
that's probably my favorite FYI memory.
Oh. For 10 years, I've been involved with the Ferguson Youth Initiative, and I thought I was getting involved to help and support teens. But the real value came in of the lessons that I learned as an adult and how their insight, their thoughts are what we need to hear. They're not the next generation, they are the generation. They're the ones that are leading the community. And so as an adult, I'm just proud to be involved and proud to have worked with so many wonderful, intelligent, inspirational, passionate youth that continue to make a difference and not just been a little bit a part of that. So I encourage everyone to work with teams, work with community leaders, and support the Ferguson Youth Initiative or support some initiative that makes sure that youth are at the focus.
Greetings, Ferguson Youth Initiative friends and supporters. I'm so glad you could join us today, even if it's virtually. There are so many things we do online these days that we couldn't have envisioned even a year ago. I'd so much prefer to be with you face to face today, but this will have to do until we can meet again face to face. I'm wearing several hats while speaking with you today. I'm speaking as a member of the Ferguson community, as a board member of FYI, as superintendent of the Ferguson Florissant School District, and as the father of a Ferguson youth and a Ferguson Florissant student. It's a good thing I have this big old head of mine to wear all these hats, huh? Specifically today, I'd like to share with you about the partnership between FYI and FFSD and how the two organizations work together for the benefit of our students and in turn for the benefit of our community. FYI is a catalyst for providing our students a space to build agency. I'd like to ask you to think back to a time when you had something important to say, a message that you believed others needed to hear. Were you able to share your message or were you stifled? Our young people have a voice. They have great ideas, but so often they lack the opportunity to express themselves. FYI has historically been a space that develops student agency. FYI cultivates agency and provides a venue for expressing that agency. FYI helps students become self-advocates and create change. FFSD and FYI work in partnership to support our students as they become leaders in their community. Together, we're developing the next generation of community leaders. Our future mayor or members of Congress could be growing as a leader with the support provided by this organization. Future business leaders are empowered through the efforts of this combined partnership, as well as other community leaders. There are so many opportunities to pour into the lives of young people through FYI and FFSD and cultivate their leadership skills. As adults, we travel the roads and hit the obstacles that our teens face. Together, we can help the next generation avoid the pitfalls that we encountered and expedite their leadership journey. FFSD and FYI stand together during these turbulent times to provide the support students need to get through this. FYI provides a safe space, academic support, social and emotional support. Over the last 6 months, our community, nation, and world have experienced turmoil in a way we could not have imagined. Our students are resilient and have adapted amazingly well. Our families are working hard to support students in many ways. But these are tough times. While many of our families are resilient through these times, some of our families don't have the resources, whether it's time or training, to support our students through the complexities we face. We're all doing our best, but sometimes we need that outside support. FYI stands ready to support our students and bridge the gap with the resources that families can't provide. Your financial support of FYI helps make these supports possible. In this COVID environment, FYI needs additional support to ensure we are providing a safe space. When students come together physically, we need resources to support their safety, like PPE and cleaning supplies to keep everyone safe. We know that COVID has hit North County especially hard, harder than any other community in this region. The work we do with students is crucial. Students and families need to know that not only is FYI a safe space in the ways it's always been, they need to know that it's a safe space from the disease as well. Our students also need other supports, such as food and books and art supplies like canvases, paint, stencils, and other resources to communicate while building community. In Ferguson Florissant, we've committed to safety as our highest priority. If people don't feel safe, they will not thrive. Your support of FYI can address this most basic need for our teens. Our students need academic supports as well. We believe there are ample resources within the community to support each other. FYI and FFSD partnering together provides students access to those academic supports. FYI is providing a space for students to serve as tutors and mentors. Remember that comment about FYI developing leaders? Our students are receiving academic support, but they're also providing academic support for others as well. Many of our students are taking AP courses and can be a huge support for their peers. For instance, students taking Algebra 2 Honors and AP Calculus could serve as tutors to younger elementary students and middle school students, even students in high school taking similar or less challenging courses. We can strengthen our community from within while building our students' capacity. If we provide opportunities for students to mentor others, they will carry this mindset as they become adults. Social emotional support. Here is a chance to really shine. The COVID and racism pandemics have both caused enduring stress among our students and families. Now is the time to carve out a path of hope for our students. FFSD is willing to partner with FYI to support our students as they navigate this new space, not knowing how this will change our lives forever. The future has to be built, and who better to serve as architects than the ones who will live in it? So many adults are feeling overwhelmed these days. I'm sure there are some among us who are losing hope. I know at times this weighs so heavily on me personally. Our young people need hope. They need to see that we adults care and are investing in their social emotional well-being. One of our students said something a few years ago that has stuck with me. I can't afford the luxury of hope. How sad is that? A 16-year-old student feels hope is a luxury beyond her reach. FYI has provided hope and care and empowered students for 10 years. We can't measure the full impact on the lives of the young people in our community, but I can assure you that your support can change and even save lives. I know so many of you have supported FYI over the years with your finances and your time. As the father of a Ferguson youth, I want to thank you. You are making our community a better place for my son to live and grow. I'd like to encourage you and ask you to continue to support this organization that has meant so much to so many. As I've shared, the need and the opportunities are great. If you haven't been able to support FYI previously, I'd like to ask you to consider supporting now. You have an opportunity to to make a lasting difference in the lives of our teens and the future of our community. Oh, and remember all those hats I mentioned that I'm wearing? You could add some hats to your head too. Donor, supporter, cheerleader, life changer, and even lifesaver. Thank you.
1, 2.